Hey there. If you've clicked on that thumbnail, then that's because you're interested in getting into backpacking and maybe doing some hiking, maybe some camping. So that's what we're going to get into today, and we're going to talk a bit about that. There's such a wealth of information out there that it may be a little bit overwhelming, and I would like to cut through some of that clutter and break it down into something very simple for you. It's not hard to get started. In fact, I think it's relatively easy if you break it down. So we're going to do a little short 3-part series, and hopefully this helps you out, so stay tuned. What does it take to be a hiker or a backpacker? It takes you and 2 feet. That's all. You basically just get out there and walk and hike, and you'll discover that whether you're out there for physical fitness, whether you're out there to enjoy the nature and the scenery of the trail, or you're out there to physically challenge yourself, there is something on a trail, whichever trail you choose, for everyone. It's not something that it needs to be overthought. Figure out what you want to get out of the trail, or basically you can get out there and the trail will give you something in return. You may not know what it is, but sooner or later you'll figure it out. There's something out there for everyone to enjoy. That much I guarantee. So you've picked a trail. What next? Well, I guess the next question I have for you is, how long do you plan to spend out there? Only you know your physical ability, so that answer lies within you. Do you plan to be out there for a couple of hours? Do you plan to hike a mile or two and then be done? Or do you plan to spend a day out there? Well, what I recommend is find that answer within yourself and then plan accordingly. If you gonna come out here after breakfast and you plan on only being out here for 3 or 4 hours, then pack yourself a couple bottles of water, pack yourself a snack or two, or maybe even a lunch, and bring that with you. And that way you're prepared. If you stay out here longer than what is anticipated, then you have a little bit of food to get you back to the trailhead, because that's very important. You don't want to leave yourself out here with nothing to eat or drink and then put yourself in some kind of bad situation. That is one of the things that I firmly believe in, is always being prepared enough. That way you don't leave yourself in a situation that you potentially need rescue or even worse. So, I mean, make no bones about it. Inherently, hiking and backpacking is a fun outdoor activity, but there are some dangers, and a lot of those dangers are self-inflicted. That's not something that I want to not tell you about, because that is part of the activity, or the sport, if you will. But you need to be prepared. And when I say self-inflicted, that means people go out not prepared. They don't bring enough food, they don't bring enough water. So you know your eating habits, you know what it takes to fuel your body throughout the day. Plan accordingly and bring what you need. You don't have to overpack. You don't need to bring, if you're going on a day hike, you don't necessarily need to have a camp stove and pots and pans and all of this other stuff. Handy snacks is what I like to call them. basically something that you can tear open and eat and move on. It's that simple. And the same goes with an entire meal. You know, they got tuna and chicken packets that you can break open and eat, that type of stuff. You know what you like, and you know what it takes to fuel yourself. So that is what I think personally you need to do on your initial adventure into the outdoors. So that's a wrap for part 1. Basically, you want to pick a trail according to your level of fitness. Point 2 would be deciding how much time you want to spend out there on your first go. And the third part is prepare accordingly in terms of nourishment and hydration. So if you think that I've broken this down simple enough and you're interested in more content, I'm going to have a part 2 coming out shortly after this. I'm trying to keep it short and as simple as possible. And stay tuned. Make sure you hit that notification bell. That way you know when the second part comes out. We'll see you in the next one.